Hi, my name's Jackson Davis. So I work for Nutrient based in Central Victoria, so out of the Bendigo and Kyneton stores. So as a sales agronomist, I go out on farm, advise and help growers or farmers to achieve their goals in terms of improving production, if that's in terms of their dairy or milk, or with their beef or sheep, or with their cropping side of things, so the wheat, barley, canolas of the world. It varies a lot depending on year and what the year's like, but at the moment we're doing a lot of looking after crops in terms of insects. So we're getting close to harvest, so we're trying to protect what we've grown and make the most of what we've already grown and make the most money. So at the moment we're looking after insects in canola and some cereals, and we're just evaluating if we need to spray an insecticide or do something to those crops or paddocks in preparation for harvest. So that's what we're doing at the moment. Like, we're doing a lot of summer crop jobs at the moment, so we're deciding with the growers what varieties or what species of seeds they need to plant. So a lot of maize is going in at the moment, so we're deciding on what varieties you should grow to get the best outcome if you're doing silage or grain for the situation they need at the other end. So we go sit down, work out what we need variety wise, and then from there we work out fertiliser and chemicals to get the best outcome and gets the best yield potential. There has been a fair focus of recent times at the sustainability on farm. For my role, we're looking at different fertilisers, so fertilisers that emit less greenhouse gases. That's going to help the grower, but also the consumer too. So there's a lot of that, and then also looking at crops where we're using less greenhouse gases as well, that they can optimise their production at a sustainable way. The grower not going out in the farm spraying a lot when they don't have to. So there's also efficiencies there on farm, but also they're not using their tractors as much as what they need. So there's advantages there with the less greenhouse gases getting emitted there. Obviously the fertiliser is an easy one, but then also looking at different species like pulse crops there, that they fix their own nitrogen. So there's an efficiency there that you're not going to be using as much fertiliser that year and the next year. So I suppose in terms of sustainability, there's advantages with those crops, using them in the rotation. In terms of cropping, like, the biggest issue is ryegrass in crops. So ryegrass can really reduce your yield potential quite dramatically. So we're looking at herbicides now that you can spray, and when the ryegrass germinates, it kills the ryegrass. So that's going to help with the crop achieve what we want. But also looking at that, we don't want to be overusing the same herbicide, because if you go down that path, then the ryegrass, being such a great weed, can grow resistance to those herbicides, which we're finding with a Roundup or glyphosate at the moment. So they're probably the big ones, and then looking at diseases with the wetter years we've been having, looking at the best approach for disease management. So spraying out fungicides when needed and at the right time, just so that the grower and the plant can kind of optimise its yield potential. In terms of what I interact with, mostly with growers, so farm managers and people on farm is who I interact with mostly. So I suppose I help with the problem solving of particular issues on farm, so if that's cropping or pasture or something like that. So yeah, we'll go hand in hand with going on farm, discussing what issues they are having and working out where we can improve or increase their production and also their profitability. Doing our soil tests, working out if there's any constraints in the soil, because if there are any constraints, that can reduce your yield potential. So we're looking at that, so working with the grower and working out, we should be doing this or doing that, hopefully with the end goal to grow a better crop that's going to make the grower more profitable. Disease management, there has been a bit of a hot topic this year, even though it hasn't been super wet. So there's been a lot of issues there on farm where growers are finding diseases, and we're working out strategies or plans with the grower, myself and the grower, when to spray and what products to spray. So there's a lot of variability with what products you use on farm. So sit down, work it out, what's the best time, like do you spray a fungicide now and then we do one in 3 weeks' time, and work out a strategy there. So the grower's got everything lined up so he can act on that strategy. If we didn't have that strategy, and even if we were a couple of weeks late, the crop could be losing 20–30% plus yield potential. So on farm, that's if you're doing 1,000 acres or even more, that's a lot of money. It's not just 5 or 10,000, it's 100, 200,000. So it's very important to work out these strategies early so we can implement them and make sure they happen. Agronomy has seen a lot of changes even in my time in recent times, like 15 years. So I think down the track there's going to be a lot of tech ag happening. So we're going to be looking at a lot of satellite imagery is one. A lot of data is going to be collected on the header or sprayer. So there's a lot of technology on sprayers now where they've got cameras or sensors on the sprayers, so they can work out when they can spray, so they can reduce their spray inputs by up to 60–70%. So there's a lot of efficiencies there, and that goes onto your sustainability as well, obviously. So in terms of what we're going to, I think we're still going to be out there in the paddock, but there's going to be a lot more digital ag tech involved. There's going to be more people doing what we're doing, I suppose. So there's going to be more people looking at data. There's still going to be people like myself out there in the paddock trying to work out issues and solving problems, but there's going to be also people in the background looking at, oh, we've got this particular issue in this part of the paddock, and then someone will have to go out there and scout crops. So I think there's still going to be people like myself doing what we're doing, the nuts and bolts of it all, but there's just going to be more people involved with the whole decision-making process, rather than just me, the grower or the contractor. There's going to be someone, there might be another team looking at like digital maps, data they're collecting from headers or sprays to work out solutions. With the digital ag, like that's a job that could happen anywhere in the world. So you could be in Burke Street, Melbourne, solving out issues for someone in the Riverina. So the landscape for getting employment in ag is just growing and expanding rapidly. So careers in ag, it's very diverse. So I suggest for anyone, especially anyone in the city, is to go out in the country and just experience country life, just to see what's involved, because there are that many roles in ag that it's so diverse, so you can do whatever you want really. But just be more, go out, experience it, and then look at trying to get some work experience, but also looking at university degrees or TAFE courses that can help you reach those goals. Me being as an agronomist, I went to universities, so La Trobe University, studied ag science for 4 years. After that, seek to get a cadetship, and then with my foot in the door, went to a few different roles, and here I am working for Nutrien. Key skills for my role is time planning, patience, working with people, problem solving. Maths is a big one, so you'd be surprised how much you need to know in terms of your maths. So make sure you're good at that. But yeah, that's probably the main one. Problem solving and people skills would be the main one. Favourite part of my role at Nutrien is it's just a diverse part of it. So every day is different. Every year is different, so it's not like you're going into an office and you got the same job day in, day out. Every day is different, and you get to meet and mix with a lot of people, good people that are passionate about agriculture.